Good morning, sir.
Morning. My lips look all nice. Anyway, good morning.
Nice bonnet.
I know, right? I just woke up and I wasn't gonna take it off, so everybody's just gonna have to deal this episode with the bonnet.
Is this how you keep your hair from shrinking or
So my hair is very kinky. So
like mine?
sure. So whenever I go to sleep, it curls on the ends really easily. And once that curl happens, basically it's gonna break off. So it stops my hair from growing, and basically the bonnet just stops it from like curling up when I'm sleeping.
Hmm.
So that's how. But what I actually do is I have braids in right now. So to keep the braids maintained, I wear a do-rag, a silk do-rag, and then I wear a bonnet on top of that silk do-rag. And that's what like basically keeps it. It's basically to stop it from kinking and curling. So it'll stop it from breaking off so that your hair can grow.
Gotcha. I will be doing the same from now on.
You just been raw dogging your hair in the bed?
Basically, I even thought about cutting it because it's a lot to manage and I don't want no more responsibilities. But
It's not a hard play. You just, you gotta give it some attention just like anything else.
spoken like a true player, huh?
You feel me?
You appear to be very happy today. Like
I'm in a fucking ecstatic mood.
Why is that?
So it's kind of funny because I'm not technically in a good mood, but my body is.
Okay.
So it's making me react like happily. Like I feel pretty normal right now.
Your body's feeling a different way from what your thoughts are. So therefore your thoughts is catching up to your body versus the other way around.
Not necessarily my thoughts. So like, see how I explain this. I see my body as a separate entity from myself, right? So I'm very like when I say myself, I mean like my spiritual self, like my soul, what gives me the ability to communicate, right? So for example, I know that 2 + 2 is 4. You know that 2 + 2 is 4, but the way I communicate it and the way you communicate is two different things, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So let's start there. Now, I have the awareness and acceptance that there are alive things inside of me, right? And they're using my body as a vessel to stay alive. And the trade-off is the cells in my body and whatever is alive is my body, it does what it needs to do to keep my vessel alive and going, right? So that it can stay alive in this vessel. Technically, I'm doing the same thing as my soul, or my personality or whatever I am, to go out and like feed myself, right? To move my muscles and my hands, to pick up food, to feed myself, to breathe, like to all these things. So my spirit or my soul is one entity and my body itself is a whole other vessel. I consider my brain to be alive, right? Alive and separate from myself, right? If my brain gives me the knowledge and ability to communicate with people, but how I communicate with people is dependent on my soul and my spirit and whatever. So there are times, as we all know, when you just get a weird feeling about things, or you're just mad for no reason, you're more annoyed, or you just feel happy for no reason. I take that as my body wanting to be happy in this moment. So as normal as I feel, or I don't really feel the need to like be joyous or giddy, my body does. So whatever chemicals or endorphins or whatever it's giving off because it's in a good mood, I'm communicating that happily because I just feel happy. So I just take that as this is a moment where my body wants to be happy. Just like when my body wants to be mad at something and I have to fight that because I was like, I don't want to be mad about this. So it's the same thing.
Interesting.
Yeah, I know, right?
Do you have a birth certificate?
Yeah, on Earth. For Earth, yeah.
That you are from Earth? Guarantee. You're from here. You're one of us.
Maybe not. Yeah.
Okay.
That's how I view
Okay.
it. But I view my physical form, which is like my body, like my physical body and looks and stuff like that.
Your
I
physical
view,
state.
yeah, my physical state, my mental state, which is my intelligence and everything inside of me living, and my spiritual state, which is my ability to communicate differently than you do, my ability to have a personality different than everybody else, right?
Your out of body experience.
Yeah, so or what people will call like your soul. I view that differently than everybody else, and I view it as a a cycle or a conjunction between all three to keep me alive.
Your body, mind, soul.
My body, mind, and soul.
Yeah.
But
So
instead of viewing it as one, I view it as all three different things working together in conjunction with each other.
agreed.
Yeah.
So now you're coming back from your birthday vacation, birthday trip.
Yeah, I'm back from Costa Rica. You know, I got stuck out there.
What happened?
So basically, this is like a little plane, right, called Sansa, and it basically flies from the main city, which is San Jose, to like other little towns or little cities like around the country, because you know it's not the biggest country. So it's like one little plane that it's like a 10-passenger plane. You land not in really an airport, you land on like one runway. It's only one runway in this whole like spot. And I had to take it from Limon to San Jose, right? Limon is the small town closer to the smaller town where Good Moms does the all women retreat. So I get to the airport or the runway about 20 minutes before the plane is supposed to be taking off, and the person in front of me, she already took like 15 minutes with these passengers in front of me and dealing with them. So when I finally get to her, she was like, I can't let you on the plane because you're here after the checkout.
Wow.
And I'm like, I'm looking at the plane. The plane is about the plane's about 10, 15 feet right in front of me. And it's just me, her, airport security, Costa Rican airport security, and the fucking plane. And I'm like, but the plane is right there. So she was like, no, you got here after check-in time. And if you get here after check-in time, then we can't like let you on the plane or check you in. So I'm like, man, the plane is right there. And on top of that, I've been standing here for 15 minutes. She was like, sorry, nothing I can do. So I looked at this little Costa Rican girl. I looked at the little Costa Rican TSA. I walked back outside and I looked at the sky, and it was so sunny out. It was so beautiful, and it was Valentine's Day. And I just said to myself, bitch, I'm not about to argue with you on Valentine's Day. Took my black ass right back to my girlfriend, cuddled up under her all fucking day. I had a great fucking day and stayed my ass in fucking Costa Rica. I'm fucking arguing with you on a nice ass day on Valentine's Day. I'm out of here. God, I'm staying. So my ass got stuck out there, and I ended up coming back when my girlfriend came back, which was like a week later.
So you stayed for another week?
I stayed for an extra week. So I was basically in Costa Rica for 2 weeks, but it was a good time. I was worried, I gotta admit, before I left, but I did have a good time.
You were worried, why?
I know you're gonna ask me why I was worried.
You led me to it.
Yeah, I know. I don't know if this is gonna be weird to explain, but actually it's not going to be. It was a matter of multiple things. Because I am out in LA now, living here and away from like friends and family and stuff like that, I never really make a big deal about my birthday because they're all usually like in close proximity. So it's like, I don't gotta make a big deal about this. I could just do something because all my friends are here. When I was in New York. But now that I'm out here in LA, and I have less proximity to people that's really close to me, I was feeling the weight of my birthday more than I usually would. On top of that, when Mila like originally booked the retreat and it being like around my birthday, it was like, oh, that kind of sucks. But it wasn't that big of a deal because I don't make a big deal about my birthday. And I actually make it a point to tell people I don't make a big deal about my birthday. So when the shit finally came around, it was like, damn, I actually don't have like the normal friends and family around in proximity. My girl is also away. So, the attention on me just for that day isn't there. And even though I usually don't want the attention, now that I actually don't have it, it's like, this is kind of a bother. On top of the fact that like I'm just here away from everybody. So it fell into the space of feeling like I'm not being thought of, right? And it was unfair. It was unfair only because I knew that wasn't the case, but in my mind, or I guess from prior experiences, like that's how my body felt, and it felt like uneasy and uncomfortable. So even with my soul and my spirit knowing like this isn't real or isn't true, that my girlfriend isn't like caring or paying attention to me, even with knowing that, my body still gave this reaction of like discomfort because of like whatever prior events has happened before. So I was worried, but once I like got down there and like I was around Mila, and once we started like doing things, I was like, oh, I'm having a great fucking time. And I actually had a great fucking birthday week. So it felt good. It felt great, just to be out there, be with her, and be in the jungle in nature in this beautiful fucking relaxing ass town. That's like fucking paradise. That is actually paradise. It was a great birthday weekend.
Was this
Or
your
birthday. Mhm.
was this your best birthday? Most
Ah,
memorable?
what is my best birthday? Can't say for sure, but it was one of a really good one, and it was something that like I'm gonna remember. But I live my day. I live every day like it's my birthday. So when I come around,
That's
when
what
these
baddies do, right?
that's what bad bitches do. Wear bonnets and have a birthday every day. So when my birthday comes around, I really just be chilling. And usually when that's my attitude, it feels okay.
Mhm.
But this year was just different because I just didn't have the people that I usually have around me.
Yes, but now you find yourself a new family and new set of friends.
Yeah, and I found that it subsided like unreasonable thoughts that I didn't need to have or to feel. And that was a big help.
How did your spirit react to being in Costa Rica? Myself, whenever I travel outside of the US, I feel more anchored. I feel more centered because I am seeing the greenery. I'm seeing the lifestyle. It reminds me
Yeah.
of what home felt like. I feel
Yeah.
at home away from the US. What are your experiences when traveling outside of the US?
It is amazing, but specifically to Caribbean or South American type or Central American countries.
Mm-hmm.
And it is like a few countries like that, but Costa Rica is so specific because it's literally one big ass jungle, right? It's not a country that has a lot of trees or has buildings in a jungle. It's not, or has a jungle like within buildings. It's
Mm-hmm.
it's built within the jungle. So when you get there, everybody's body reacts well to nature, which is supposed to. We're from nature, we're of nature also. So when you're around all this like technology and buildings and stuff like that, it takes away from what your body needs as far as like environmental like health.
The nurture, the nature, the nurture is
It,
gone.
it- right, right. So when I get down there, I feel amazing. On top of that, that's the Caribbean side of Costa Rica. So there's a lot of Jamaican influence on that side, which I was already born in Jamaica. So it already feels great to be over there. Just aside from the people, being in nature is good for your body, right? Whatever what trees give off, and the moistness of the country, like it leaves like a layer on your skin, right? And it gives like this like kind of like wet shine or gleam on your skin, that mixed in with the sun from the beach Like you get a nice, like cool, comfortable tan. Like everything about that space just feels better. Like breathing feels better. Like, and that's a very big thing. When you could just breathe and feel good. When you're doing nothing at all and feeling good, it's an environment that's meant for you. But when you're and we don't even realize that because we'll be in environments that's stressful for us so regularly. And
Correct.
so I get over there and I feel good. It feels like home, but I do understand the importance of your physical body needing to be in a natural environment. And when we're around machines too much, it alters
Chemistry.
our connection with nature and
Mhm.
how important it is for us.
Correct. Did you do any rituals specifically to help you feel more connected or grounded? Like for me, once I get to a Caribbean country, if I'm near a beach or I'm in the jungle outside, I walk barefooted. So I want
Mhm.
to feel the ground. I want to feel the soil. I want to sit under a tree. I want to look at the sun. I just want to be naked to some degree.
Yo, oh my God. Can we talk about this naked thing real quick?
Let's go.
Because really aggravated at the fact that I be having to wear clothes.
Yeah.
It's really an inconvenience. And this is what I thought about also. If God, I was so annoyed I started to get into Christianity. If God, when he made us or how he views us in our perfect image is in nudity, right?
Right.
And then, we bite the apple, we sin, and then
Not
like,
we, not we, a specific individual.
white people be saying whatever. So, I can't even tell I can't really say who bit the apple or not. But
we you weren't there, so we don't know.
we don't exactly.
Yeah.
But anyway, if this is a story, right? And the point is, if God sees us in his image, and this image is nudity, and after we sinned and we got kicked out, why would we do more sinning of putting on clothes, right? If we were seeing his image, then aren't we like moving away from his image because we're putting on clothes? So that's what fucking annoyed me. And I was like, this doesn't make any sense. And technically, we should be all naked. But it was really only because I was so annoyed I didn't want to wear clothes. And I don't even want to see everybody naked. But I do feel like we should all have the option to be. And that's how I felt about it, about nudity. And that's why I hate wearing clothes.
Is there any naked beaches in Costa Rica?
Not that I know of, but it's a very free, chill town. Like, if a woman's out there, like, I mean, it's kids out there and stuff like that, so nobody's gonna be walking around nude. But
Correct.
if
But
you
most
are,
women get topless and etc.
and there's big beaches, but the big beaches are also connected to like small beaches, right? And it's just nothing but trees, like overlap. You got to really go out there and see that. You got to go out to
I'm
Costa Rica.
from I'm from Haiti, brother. I'm used to that lifestyle. Like I want to
Right.
retire in the
Yeah.
Caribbean or in North or in a Hispanic Latino country. I don't want to be here in America. But yes, I've never been to that part of Costa Rica in
It's
terms of the
paradise.
jungle. It is.
It's paradise.
Um,
It's paradise in a relaxing way. Like I want to go there and bring people there, but I don't want people to go there with the guise of like we're going to like New York City or like LA, like we're going to turn up. Like if you want to go there and just like really chill, relax,
yes.
ease your mind, rest, take a break, disconnect, that's what you do in like that small town. And that's why it's like so beautiful and I love it because it's like, oh my gosh, with the hustle and bustle of the world, I can actually come here and feel like I'm in this little paradise and just relaxing.
How medicinal was the food? How
Oh, it's
healing?
great. It's really good. They have like top nine. They have Michelin restaurants in that town too. Like it's a really fire little town. Also, I'm now pescatarian.
You don't eat meat no more.
Yeah. Only fish and seafood. I mean,
Wow.
I can eat meat, but I'm not pescatarian because I have this like it's not strict. The reason why I'm doing it is because I just don't feel attracted to eating meat anymore. And when
Mhm.
I see it, I don't feel good. It doesn't make me feel good when I get this like uneasy like feeling in my gut, just the thought of like eating meat.
The meat in the US or the meat in Caribbean countries?
Period.
Really?
beef, fish, anything. I mean, and I say that because I can still eat it, right? I had chicken soup and I had what's that thing called? Chili with ground turkey like this weekend, right? So I can still eat it. I'm still capable of eating it, but the thought and feeling of eating meat now is just it doesn't feel good anymore. So that's how I know my body is telling me like we don't want to do that. So I
Oh,
can just like stick to the seafood and fish now.
aw, you're growing into your healing process.
I know, right?
What's next?
Oh,
You like your hair?
huh? No, I'm not liking my hair. That's where I draw the line.
I'm gonna give you 2 more years.
We'll see where it goes. But when I get there, I do like to like touch leaves. Like just have a connection on, like you said, being barefoot or just having a connection with nature, just like touching it. There's also this thing called like jungle funk when you're out there.
Jungle fun?
Funk, like
Funk.
smell
Uh-huh.
funk. Okay.
Yeah.
So when you're out there, like you wear deodorant and everything, but because the humidity out there and like you're sweating, it's not it doesn't stink, but it is a funk, and it's so dope when I smell it on myself or I smell it on somebody I love like Mila, because this is like a natural smell, and the fact that it doesn't smell stink and it's not like off-putting, it's just like, oh, you got that funk on you, like you've been sweating and walking around in nature. Like that's what that smell right there, that gives it that feel that I'm really out here in the jungle.
So what are you taking back with you?
Mm.
What elements are you bringing back home to LA where that's your primary residence, where you can continue to feel so grounded and so spiritually aware and in tune?
I am taking back with me that I am just as perfect or even more perfect than I thought I was when I went down there.
Ooh, okay. Say more about that.
So I got validated in my perfection.
Tell me the story.
You remember when we did that 2 minutes of silence?
Yes.
I think it was last session.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I said that I saw a woman, when I closed my eyes and you asked me what I saw, I said I saw a woman, a soft-spoken woman, just telling me how amazing and how perfect and how great I am.
Mm-hmm.
I go down to Costa Rica and Mila wants to set me up with a natal chart reading. So that is when they take your time of birth and your location and they read your like astrology.
Mm-hmm.
And basically tell you shit and whatever they tell you, right? She sets me up with a natal chart reading, and there's this woman named Sylvia, right? This small Costa Rica woman, like very soft spoken and sweet, right? And we do the natal chart reading, and I'm already always confident when it comes to spirituality. I'm already very confident. So whenever I have like tarot card readings, these things like that, I always feel good because it's like, oh, I know this reading is going to be great because I'm great. So we do this reading and she's telling me a bunch of stuff that like already happened. Like, so like the past 6 or 7 months, she's just telling me like, yo, this has happened. And she's telling me that I've made a strong break with like things from my past, which is like my parents. And that as long as I stay the course of who I am and what I'm doing, that I'm gonna be perfectly fine. And all I gotta do is just stay the course of like who I am. And she was like, this is a very cool, good reading. And basically it's saying that you're gifted. And I was like,
Exactly.
the soft-spoken woman.
Yeah.
I see a very beautiful chart for you. Like there's people that are really have a lot of struggles and they don't know what to do.
Yeah.
And I can realize you did have yours, very intense ones, very profound ones.
Mm-hmm.
But you have, you were gifted. You choose because also your soul come to earth with everything figured out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, your soul know who's your father is going to be, the place where you're going to be born, your roots, your ancestral lineage, your color of the skin, everything is chosen by the soul for the perfect evolution of it.
Yeah.
this is the fucking soft-spoken woman that I saw telling me that I'm amazing. And I was like, wow, look at that. My premonition came true. And so that happened like during my birthday week, and that was like a really big thing for me
Mm-hmm.
because it validated me and what I was thinking already. It validated like how I felt already. So not really, and it's not like I needed the validation or the confirmation because I was gonna think this regardless. But to have somebody professionally say you're gifted, it's just like, oh man, this is great. This is exactly what I needed. I needed well, not needed, but it's great to have confirmation for your thought process.
Where do you did she also help you kind of see what the journey is going to look like for you? Like where you're going to end up?
Nope, because all she had to do was tell me to stay the journey. And the journey is me being gifted. That's the journey. The journey isn't
Gifted at what?
huh?
Gifted
At
at
being
what?
me, at being myself, and knowing myself and being myself. Because people would know their self, but when they get around people or get around situations in certain environments, they don't even still feel confident in exuding themselves, right? Exuding who they are. And and so I'm perfectly fine with showing that I'm perfect, or not showing in the sense of like, hey, everybody, look at me, look at all these perfect things I can do, but saying it out loud. That's showing it, letting people know that I'm simply perfection, because as the person I am, I can also show you that person right in front of your face at any time. I am perfectly me, as perfect as I can be.
There you go, perfectly me.
Perfectly me.
As perfect as I can be.
Exactly.
And
I'm
you're
as
not saying that you're perfect at everything that you do, but you're master being you. So therefore you are perfect at being you.
perfect at being me, and nobody can be me as much as I can be me. But also, yeah, nobody can be me as much as I can be me. I'm better at being me than everybody is at being themselves.
You are a walking affirmation card.
Ta-da! Oh, another thing that the soft-spoken woman told me, which
Uh-oh.
is the same thing that you told me, that people practice, try their hardest, and go a lifetime trying to have the mentality. She was saying psychology, but in translation for the English language, because she's Costa Rican, she's basically saying that nobody has the mind state I have. Well, not nobody. People try very hard to gain the mind state or the thought processes that I have, and they go a whole lifetime trying to achieve that. And sometimes they don't even achieve it. And for me to get it in my 32 years of life, she's like, it's very, very impressive.
The exact words that I have used, the way does the knowledge that you possess of yourself, the comfort that you possess in being yourself. I am still in that process. I'm still arriving. You
Yeah,
have arrived already.
I have arrived. I'm him.
Okay, Hope. So it's amazing to me, and it's refreshing to see someone that's as authentic as you are, and that makes no excuses for being themselves, but it's also a very loving person that others want to orbit your presence because you exude so much love, confidence, compassion, and patience, while still having very set boundaries.
Yeah.
You've achieved the cheat code to life, and you're
Ta-da.
in your goddamn 30s.
Yeah. Or I am the cheat code to life. Everybody's cheat code.
Nah.
I mean, and that's and you know what the funny thing is, when I say like I'm everybody's cheat code, that's not a title of like bragging. It's a responsibility.
Ooh, break that down.
Come on. It's not gonna come to me if I write it down.
No. You gotta break that down. It's
Yeah,
a responsibility.
being perfect is not a brag, it's a responsibility. Because
Okay.
now I have to maintain this.
But being yourself should be easy. Being your true self should be easy to be.
Is it?
It's not.
So then why can't everybody? Exactly. That's why everybody can't do it.
So the goal of adulthood is to achieve your identity, right?
Yeah.
So that's why around the teenage years, kids tend to move away from their parents and more into their inner circle and friendship groups because they're trying to establish their identity. And a lot of times they have to shift their identity based on the social circle, based on where they are at life and these type of places. But for you, you've been Orlando since high school
Uh-huh.
till now.
Mm-hmm.
It's as if you didn't even go through that phase of identifying who you were, because you remember at the age of 8 or 14, you watched Pretty Woman, and that already allowed you to curate, okay, here's the men that I'm going to be. Here's the men that I'm becoming.
Because I reached, and it doesn't seem like there was really much of a journey there, it's because I reached the goal as soon as I started the journey.
I reached the goal as soon as I started the journey.
Because the goal, that's Confucius. The journey, the goal is within the journey. And as long as you stay on this path, you will always be within the goal. So people think that you have to do certain things to be a good person, or you can just be a good person. So as long as you are trying to consistently always be a good person, you have reached the goal of being a good person. But as soon as you stop that path and this continuous goodness of a person, then you're no longer within the goal. That's why the goal is on the path. So it's instantaneous. And it comes from Confucius when a follower came to him and said, how do I be like Confucius? And Confucius said, as long as you are within Confucianism and staying within all these guidelines and stuff and being a good person or whatever, then you will be just like Confucius. Yeah. So that showed me that everything is really an embodiment, right? So I can be happy and mad at the same time, right? Because I embody happiness. I'm a happy person. So now I don't need other things to make me happy. I don't need a person to make me happy. I don't need to buy things to make me happy. If I have these things, I was already happy with it. And guess what? I'll be happy without it because I'm a happy person. So you embody whatever you want to be. And then you embody the path and if you have like a goal for something, being on the path is the goal itself. Now, I'm not talking about something tangible, like, I want to win a Grammy, and I got to go down the path of like all these steps. But essentially, if it's something that comes to when it comes to yourself and your spirit, it's about embodying that thing. And that's how you find love, by loving yourself.
Yeah.
Because if you love yourself, you don't have to, you found it. Now you don't have to put pressure on yourself to find it in somebody else, to depend on somebody else for that love or that access or that feeling.
Because you already feel loved.
I love myself.
You are loved. So everybody around you will now love you because you love yourself, and you don't need their love in order for you to feel love because you are loved.
Exactly. So now when it comes to being perfect, yes, I am myself, but I'm myself at another level.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And I have to maintain this because I'm perfect. It's a responsibility. It's a gifted responsibility. And the thing about it is, I enjoy this responsibility. I enjoy being perfect. I enjoy saying it, and I enjoy maintaining it. I enjoy being perfect or striving or being on the path of being perfect all the time. So if I'm telling you like, yeah, I'm amazing, I'm perfect, now I have to continuously show you that. I have to be on point at all times. And
I don't like you.
No,
I don't like you. Because that those of us that are seeking that knowledge and that acceptance of going on that journey, we're doing it, and your black ass been there for a long time.
Yeah. So I mean,
the journey.
Yeah. So now when and I'll bring like a small downside of it. like being love, right? Embodying love. When I'm saying that I'm perfect and I'm putting it out there, and now the expectation is what of me? To be perfect and on point at all times. That's not easy in the eyes of millions of people in the world where everybody has their different perception of you.
Yeah. In a judgy world.
In a very judgy world, right? So now I have to have a balance of perfection, boundaries, and love and empathy for people. It's just not easy to do, right? But I'm gifted with the ability to speak and listen, and the knowledge, the natural knowledge of like how to make people comfortable, right? So you see how the complexities are starting to come in. And now I have to maintain this at all times. So it's a constant thought process. It's a constant field. It's a constant rotation of a constant cycle of doing, thinking, and understanding all at one time, all these complexities and mixing it all into one just to maintain perfection.
How are you success?
I decided to be.
When did you decide to be success?
When I realized I can be more than what I was. Success to me was always seen in the realm of like a job or career.
Tangible.
Something tangible. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Like, you know, if you're successful as a band, it means that it's because you have a family. If you're successful in a job, and like you've made more money. When I in my 20s, when I started to realize that people in my age group were doing things that I felt like I can do, that's when I started like feeling like I can do more myself, right? And remember when I told you, like my mom used to always tell me like, if you don't have, then you just do without, right? That was my mind state for a long time, and I knew I could do a lot, right? But that statement it limited me from entertaining the thought of like I can do more, until I started visually in real life seeing people doing it also. And then that made me start thinking like, oh, you know, I can do more. And it started opening up my mind. So when I started realizing it in person, or seeing it in person, that's when I started like, I guess, being in more success, because it's like, oh, I can do this. Before I've ever done anything, just visualizing it unlocked something in me or something in my body to tell myself, hey, we know we can do that. You need to know that we can do that. And so now I start opening that up for me, made me naturally go down the path, because now I'm starting thinking about the steps to do the tangible things that everybody else is doing, right? And now, because I put that out in the universe, and that energy is there, and my aura and chakras are aligned to feel like, hey, there is another level that we can ascend to, and we're open to ascending to it. Now, everybody that needs, the universe is putting all these people in my life that need to be there, because that's the wavelength I'm on. That's the mindset I'm on. So I'm communicating that to people also, right? And then like I said, I make people feel comfortable naturally, right? So I'm communicating that. People are comfortable with hearing me communicating that. They're receptive to that, because I make them feel comfortable. And whenever the right situation comes around, they can say like, hey, I know, or they think of Orlando first, right? Or the energy is out there, so the conversations are out there. So people that might be able to help or can help with this energy I want to ascend to, they're around also. And so that's how the universe is like providing all of these things for me. And once I visually saw that in person, because, you know, sometimes we're only limited by what we see and what we can do. Once I saw that I can do more, then I started to put that energy out there for myself, and all these things started to come too. So once I thought, you know, I could be more successful in other things than this job that I felt like was my peak, I started applying that to other parts of myself. In this perfection, can you be more perfect? Right? Can you be more successful in being yourself? And once that mind state started to come through, then, you know, I started to pinpoint how I can be better at the most minute and detailed things.
You build up the habits.
Yeah, and I saw my mentality, I saw my soul, and I saw my physical body as a workplace. And what did I need to do to like promote myself and promote my spirit and promote my personality and promote my energy and all of these things. And so that's how I became more successful.
I think the distinction that you are making is a mindset shift, but it's also an embodiment, and you embodying what it is that you're trying to attain. You're not in the pursuit of perfection, you are perfection. You're not in the pursuit of success, you are success. Right? And you're not really looking at the societal milestones to determine how to feel.
Yeah.
Your feelings are what you embody on a day-to-day, on a second-to-second, minute-to-minute, hour-to-hour mindset. You, my sir, have unlocked the meaning of life, the cheat code to life.
Yeah.
It's as if I want to see your birth certificates because I don't think you're from Earth, and I don't think you're your real age. I think you are a Buddhist or have studied at great lengths, or your ancestors have just been communicating. You have been chosen. You are the chosen ones that all of these informations are being given to. And you're doing all of this not through readings, not through research, just basically you thinking out loud and embodying that.
Autodidact.
Autodidact?
Yeah.
I have an idea. What does that mean exactly? For those that I don't know.
Self-taught.
Self-taught.
Without any knowledge of somebody teaching you without any knowledge through somebody teaching you or through reading and learning. You just self-taught. Autodidact. But it's different. It's different when, like, you know, you're self-taught how to fucking make candles. How do you self-teach spirituality?
What spirituality is a personal journey, and you've undergone that journey. And what's also interesting is that others who does not embody who they truly are, but let's say that are actors, will find you to be very threatening.
Oh, it happens all the time.
You don't crave
it happens all the time, my friend.
You don't crave the spotlight. You are the spotlight.
Boom! That's what I've been trying to tell people. I am the spotlight. I'm telling you.
I don't like
listening. Yeah, that's exactly it. I was gonna tell you something else, but I forgot too. It was you see how you said that spirituality is
a personal journey.
Personal journey, right? And an autodidact is self-taught. So I taught myself how to be
yourself.
Better.
Yeah. A better me. That's your slogan, a better me.
I am a better me.
Amen to that.
I am a better me.
Get off my screen. Go make love to your lady and go take it over the world.
Is that your therapist like advice? Is that my go take your ass and make love to your woman?
You are love. You are a love maker. You are the love maker. That's why you are the body. The bad.
To end this out, I do have something that I did want to share.
What's up?
And I was like, you know what, let me wait till my therapy session, like get this off my chest. Right. And this is really just the venting. So my mom told my friend, my mom got in contact with my friend because he was like having mail sent to my house, so he had to go get some shit. And she saw him, they know each other. And she was telling him that can he tell me to call her and that she wants to speak to me and all these things. That's and so my friend, his mom passed away when he was young, so he has a very like sensitive connection there.
Mm-hmm.
But he's also understanding of like the position I'm in with my parents. So he's telling me all of these things, and I'm just sitting there like, no. I just know the cycle, and I just remember the cycle. And now my body is giving off this feeling. And sometimes it's with memory, sometimes it's just with a feeling where if I think about, or a situation comes up where I can be in communication again with my parents, it's like this gentle reminder of like, no, we're good from over there. And this year for my birthday, my dad actually texted me happy birthday. So I've cut off my dad also. So he texted me happy birthday, and people were like, look, he texted you, like this is great. He said something. I was like, I mean, it's a step up, because last year he told me happy birthday on Facebook, not by sending it to me. He commented under somebody else's happy birthday and said happy birthday. And I'm just like, this is fucking crazy. So a memory that had popped up for me was when I was younger. My dad had told me it had to be a Saturday to a Saturday. So he tells me on the Saturday next week, we're gonna go out and we're gonna like buy some sneakers, right? So the whole week I'm hyped. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday come, I'm hype. I'm talking to my dad during the week, like, hey, we're going to get sneakers, right? He's like, yeah, we're going on Saturday, right? Talking to him one more time on Friday. Hey, we're going to see a sneakers tomorrow, right? Yeah, we're going to get sneakers tomorrow. Cool. Saturday comes. I wake up in the morning and I call my dad, right? No answer. So I was like, I'll just wait. I'll wait a little bit, because he never told me what time he's going to come get me to get sneakers. Call him again, maybe like 45 minutes after, right? But the phone hung up like immediately. So I called him back to back. No answer. So I'm like, all right, cool. 2-3 hours go by. I call my dad again. No answer. So I'm like, damn, now it's the afternoon. I'm like, damn, when we gonna go get sneakers? Like, is this shit ever gonna happen? I'm starting to get discouraged. I call my dad one more time. It had to be maybe anywhere between 2 to 3 o'clock. And he was like, why do you keep calling me? And I was like, hey, I just thought we were getting sneakers today. This nigga said, I'm here with my family and you keep calling me. I don't know why you keep calling me back to back. Stop calling me. I'm at church with my family and I'll call you back when I can. And I was like, I just thought we were getting sneakers. And he's like, we're not getting sneakers. Stop calling me. I hung up that phone and I laid down. And I didn't cry. I had one strong tear fall from my eye. And I just laid there and I was like, damn. And my mom came in the room and she was like, hey, do you want anything? And I was like, no. And she was like, you want me to just leave? You want me to just let you sleep? And I was like, yep. And ever since that day, sleep has always been my coping mechanism.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm saying all this to say, I remember when you asked me, when did I develop a drug habit to like cope with everything? And with my birthday coming up and my mom trying to reach out and my dad texting me and just like this new environment and space I'm in, and also being able to access my like inner child, my answer to all of this has always been sleep. And that's what I remember. And the reason why it's always been sleep is because when I'm sleeping and I'm dreaming, it feels the same as being alive without emotions. So I can actually, in my dreams, and I have experienced the things that I've been through without the emotion attached to it. And that's always been my coping mechanism. Sleep. So anytime some shit was happening, I was like, I'm going to go to sleep. It's like my way of time travel.
And you went into your mind and you projected it and allowed you to go through it without the negative emotions.
Yeah, which is kind of crazy that I can think so deeply about something that, or not even me, because I feel like this is pretty common, that people could think so deeply about something that they can fall asleep and
They live it.
create a world into it.
The mind is very powerful.
Yeah,
Always remember, the body keeps the score.
exactly. And that's why people need to realize that they're not in control of their body like they think, that it's a shared entity.
Correct. Correct.
People need to have some respect for themselves.
And the more attuned you are to your body, it tells you a lot of things without your mind even catching up to it yet. Just how you explain how your body was happy, even though you were not. Right?
Yeah.
How your body already told you, let's not reach out because we're good right now. Your body keep the score.
Yeah.
Good job. I'm proud of you.
I try.
Good job. I do have to run. Your homework for this weekend is
fuck my girlfriend.
That and keep doing whatever it is that you have been doing.
I know, that's what the native chart reader said.
Yes, and let's get some vitamin D by going outside and getting some sunlight, even though you're no longer in Costa Rica.
If it starts fucking raining in LA, I can. It's fucking ridiculous. I think it's kind of sunny now though. It's sunny today. We'll go outside today. Maybe we should go on a hike. Later.
Peace.